I wasn't mad at anything. It actually made me want to hear more. And it felt like I was listening to someone who could be here for a long time. What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Fuck This Review, where today I'm going to be reviewing Baby Keem, the Melodic Blue. This is Baby Keem's debut album. First thoughts on this record, I liked it. I really did. It was some songs on here that I was kind of like, but for the most part, I love the beats. I love the creativity of the records. Like the first record is 3 songs in one. I love the different voices he used on here. I love the storytelling. I love how much he cares about his mom and his grandmother. And I wasn't mad at anything. It actually made me want to hear more. And it felt like I was listening to someone who could be here for a long time. And I'll get more into that in the review, but those are just my first thoughts. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm going to go through the records, talk about some of the things I like, some of the highs, some of the lows, and just give my overall take on the album. So let's get into it. Let me just stop for a second. I want to thank all my subscribers and supporters for helping us reach over the 1,000 subscribers milestone. I truly appreciate that. Now we're just off for the races now. So like I always say, if you like what you see, tell a friend to tell a friend so we can make this family bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's get to it. Baby Keem is Kendrick's little cousin. He's the first artist, I believe, signed to Kendrick's new label, PG Lang. I'm not going to make this about Kendrick, but I really want to know what his last album on TDE is going to sound like, because it sounds like he really wants to just put his all into his own brand. So the first record on here is Trademark USA. When it first came on, it starts out this slow kind of record, and then it just poof, like the drums that he has on here and the 808s that he used on here are so hard. And I'm talking about the whole album, the whole record. The drums are just so dope. He talks about his upbringing and he give you a glimpse of his story. And I love how he was so personal on this album. Usually with new artists, a lot of times nowadays, you don't really get who they are or understand who they are. So it was nice to see, like, just for him to paint that picture for us. And then the beat switches, then it goes to I'm a hot girl. Like it's so many layers to this one record that it's like, oh shit, this record could have been 3 records. It was 3 records by themselves. So I really, really fuck with that aspect of it. I was like, damn, okay. If the intro was so good, I was like, okay, that was a lot to live up to for me. Just you could tell so much was put into it, and energy and effort. And also after hearing Family Ties, I was like, I want to hear what this album's about. Then we go into Pink Panties. I love that record so much because that hook reminds me of some old big timers, Manny Fresh type of shit. Even the beat itself with that snare, it reminds pussy ass nigga, you don't know that. Like that, it's just so dope. I love how just in the middle of certain records, he could like, the verses can sound like hooks in a way. So he'll be like, we overdue for some fucking, we overdo. It's refreshing to hear the newer artists just having fun and just trying new shit creatively. So when I first heard that record, and when I was first listening to the album, I was like, damn, this must be, what's this, track 3, track 4? It didn't even hit me that the first track was all those songs put into one. So I thought this one was like track 4, track 5. And he can actually spit. Don't get it twisted that he's doing all these voices. And some of the sounds on here, I hear Kendrick. I hear a little bit of influence of Travis Scott. I hear Kanye for a lot of the, like, I think he sampled Love Lockdown and Coldest Winter on 2 different records. Scapegoats is like an interlude to me. And he's getting out his pain. And he's spitting. He talking about, like, he said something like, the deal's so crazy, I need like several lawyers for it or something like that. I was like, okay, young man. Talk your shit. Rage Brothers. That one is so dope. I love his voice on there. This one as well is like 3 different records in one. I need a girlfriend. And then he starts the verse off. He goes into like this high pitched voice like. I was like, oh shit, this is so fucking dope. So I'm all in at this point. And to be truthfully honest with you, I know I'm going to probably get a lot of flack for this. I don't like the top of the morning thing. I think it's stupid. I think it sounds bad. I get it. It's something that's going to stand out in your head. You probably know that part more than you know the rest of the song. And I think the song is so much better than that trash ass hook. I did like those 2 rapping back and forth. I thought that was like really, really dope. Anytime rappers rap back and forth and they're like in a in sync chemistry kind of thing, it always gonna work out well. And you can tell like their family and like, let me get some, fuck that, let me get some too. And Kendrick sounds like the older cousin that's trying to like put him on game. And these women could be deceiving and watch it. And he's like, Baby Keem like, nah, fuck that, I want to fuck her too. I just thought that was a cool ass record. It's one of the standouts to me. One of my favorites. Issues, I think that's the one that samples Coldest Winter. And that's a deep record, man. That probably one of my favorites as well. I kind of like more of the deep cuts on here. The Issues, the Scars. Mama, I miss you. Like he talks about his mom being in rehab and it was hard for him to come see her and him, I guess, staying with his grandmother. Certain cases where they're staying at their auntie house and being kicked out. And like it's so many stories that he paint on here and there's so much triumph in this record. And even the video he put out last week this week he put out and you can see he's buying his grandmother a house. I thought that was just such an amazing thing. Don't let the wolves come get you. And even that song, I get some Cudi in there too. Like it sounds like some Cudi influence on that record as well. On Gorgeous, you can hear the Travis influence as well. That record's cool. It's not something I fell in love with or like wanted to go back to or anything like that. It's a cool record. Like I said, it's some records on here that's just like you could tell they're filler. I wish a lot of artists would just cut some of the records down because his album's like 55 minutes, which isn't that long, but it's still like when you got some records that just like, why is this record here? I love South Africa. I ain't even gonna hold you. I love South Africa. Catch a flight out the blue, South Africa. That beat is so hard, and obviously it can come off as like, well, you just said this about Gorgeous. What makes this song different? I don't know. Okay, I just like what I like, and I just like, we be fucking till it stank. I love that booty tank. Like you can hear the Kendrickness in here. I'm not so blind not to see that, but it sounds good. It sounds refreshing, man. Like I like Lawso's hook. Like I don't know, there's something about I'm trying to find me a chick that no one knows. You see that girl right there? She used to mess with OVO. Like she has as Romeo. Like you could tell he's new to this life. He's thrown into this life. It's probably all the stuff that you're seeing. It has to be like a whirlwind in a way. Even the women that you come across, and at some point you just want to find a woman that no one knows. She went through the whole OVO. Coco, terrible song. Terrible. Family Ties. We all know what that is. I'm gonna say this. I wish Kendrick didn't outshine him that much. I mean, like, Baby Keem has his part, especially when then I did a little dance and did it again. I love when he goes into that voice. He did it on Kanye thing too, on Donda. But I love when he goes in that voice. But Kendrick is just Kendrick, and that beat switch and the way Kendrick just goes off is, you just gotta let him go. You know what I mean? Like, hearing Kendrick rap is just refreshing in itself. We haven't heard Kendrick in probably almost 5 years, it feels like. And you miss that. You miss that presence of just those bars. And he's coming at people's head, quote unquote, I think you know who. The boy. Scars, again, is probably one of my favorites as well, just because those hard Love Lockdown drums is, I ask God, why you like this game so hard? That's one I'm going to take out of here. It's probably my favorite on the record because it's truth. And to be truthfully honest, I really wish the album would have ended at that point. I wish Scars was the last record because you go into do-rag activities, and that's one of the records that I think that's the first record I heard from this album, him and Travis. Boo Man, I like the beat, but it's like we kind of heard this already. Vent, another Kendrick record. Vent, the other Kendrick record, I think that record leaked like a year or so ago. And it's cool, but I don't need it. I wish 16 was placed somewhere earlier in the album. Maybe take off one of the records and replace it with that one earlier in the album. But he made so many songs to so many different styles of beats. This could be a pop record. This could be a straight trap record. This could be a hip hop record. This could be, you know what I mean? So I like the reach he tried to go for, especially production wise. But I wish that record was tucked in somewhere else. Let me get into my best songs. I'm gonna go with Scars, Rage Brothers, Issues, yeah. Worst song, Coco. I don't like that song at all. Best line, and I know it's not the best line in the world, so don't beat me up. But when he said it and how he said it and where it came in on the song, it stood out to me the most. You niggas not ready to deal with the sacrifices, and instead you're passing the torch. And check the surveillance camera at the cemetery and see me dancing all over your corpse. I said, oh my gosh. Like, there's certain records on here that you could tell he has that lyrical prowess, but I think he's gonna go into the direction of just more of an artist. So he's gonna be unpredictable. So as far as a rating, fuck's given out of 5. I'll give this a 3. I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5 with a lot of room for improvement. So let's wrap this shit up. When it comes to Baby Keem Melodic Blue, I enjoy this album for the most part. Like I said, it's a lot of fillers on here. The last 6 records do nothing for me. I really wish it was just more concise. 10 records, the first 10 it would have been great. On the flip side of that, I did enjoy him taking chances with production, him taking chances with just being artistic, his vocal patterns, the way he was rapping, the way that he would say certain words or pitch up his voice or pitch down his voice, and certain records that he was rapping on. And I appreciate him being so open with his life. And me, I feel like I know his mom. I feel like I know his grandma. He mentions his grandmother on literally almost every record. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you could tell how much she meant to him. To me, as a listener, it left a lot of openness for what to come from him. I see a lot of potential in Baby Keem from this record, and I know some people might listen to it and be like, I don't know how you hear that, or disagree, but I can hear it. Like, it's certain things you can hear with certain artists that, like, okay, I see it. Everybody don't knock it out the park their first album. Everybody's not Nas, everybody's not Kendrick, everybody, you know what I mean? So give him time to grow, and just give him time to grow. That's all I'm gonna say. And if I'm wrong about this, I'll be wrong. I'm fine with that. But what's your favorite 3 records on here? Let me know what you actually thought about the album. Am I being too harsh? Was I not being harsh enough? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, fuck this review. I'm Tatum. Peace.